Liverpool Town Crying Competition. In this competition, we are going to ask the Town Criers to make a proclamation about Liverpool. However, we thought there might be some bit of a crossover if we just said cry about Liverpool. So each of them has a distinct area or part of the city or subject related to the city that they will cry about. So we shouldn't hear any two the same, though there may be words that interlink. Now I would normally, as the host town crier, do what's called a benchmark cry. So for the benefit of all you who weren't here to hear my dulcet tones this morning, here we go. Calm down. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I welcome you to Liverpool, the city with a heart. We have so much to offer, I don't know where to start. Maybe you like cathedrals. In that case, we have two. For football fans, with two great teams. One red. The other blue. With fine historic buildings set in many places. You should start off by the Pier Head and visit the Three Graces. If shopping is your forte, you can't beat Liverpool One. Then stay on for our nightlife. You're sure to have some fun. Our city's full of talent with humour through and through. So, sing along with Liverpool and say, you love me do. God save the Queen. The Queen. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was my last and final ever proclamation, because today I retire. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the first of 12 town criers, who will be judged by this wonderful array of people over there sat nervously watching and wondering what's going to happen next. And starting off is a very good friend of mine who's travelled all the way from somewhere down south, further away than here, Ken. Ken is pleased to make his second appearance here in Liverpool. His first was early this morning. On stage, he made his debut at 2. After that evening matinee, he appeared again in the evening show at 7:30. Hang on. We'll just rewind. On stage, he made his debut at 2. And after that matinee appearance, he appeared again in the evening show at 7:30. This afternoon, his chosen subject is Liverpool's buildings. Accompanied by the lovely Marilyn from Lichfield in Staffordshire, Mr. Ken Knowles.
home to over 2,000 listed buildings. Impressive, grandiose, iconic structures dominating the city skyline. Stunning architecture, jewels in the crown of this Merseyside metropolis. The most well-known, the Royal Liver Building, towering above the city's waterfront. An edifice to the opulent Edwardian era, the city's most famous landmark. 2 fabled liver birds perch upon the 2 clock towers. Were they to fly away, Liverpool ceases to exist. Along Pier Head stands the Cunard Building, erected during the Great War. Its palatial style, a neoclassical mix of Italian Renaissance and Greek Revival. Decorative sculptures flank the sides. Yet, this urban El Dorado has not 1, not 2, but 3 graces. The Port of Liverpool building completes this UNESCO-designated World Heritage Maritime Mercantile City. God save the Queen!
Thank you, Ken and Marilyn from Lichfield in Staffordshire. We have a number of judges at the table, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be introducing you to them a little bit later. You've already heard from our famous bagpiper, Mike Shanahan. So we'll get on quickly with our next contestant. Our next contestant is the first of 2 ladies. In fact, she's the first of 2 sisters. One representing the Lancashire area, and one representing Chesterley Street in Durham. So they have their own little competition going on between the 2 of them, regardless of this one. So here we go then. Hilary. Hilary is a town crier of Garstang, a small market town in Lancashire. She's retired and now spends much of her time travelling, gardening, walking and talking. When she was a young student nurse, one of her tasks was to ring a large brass bell to encourage visitors to leave at the end of visiting time. She's hoping that her bell ringing will not have the same effect on you visitors here to Liverpool today. So, from Garstang, I've been great pleasure to introduce Hilary McGrath. Sorry. I do apologise. Mistake number 7. 8. Oh, thank you.
Attracted settlers to its banks thousands of years ago. Dangerous to traverse in rowing boat or wherry, long before Jerry and the Pacemakers immortalized crossing it by ferry. and the view wasn't pretty from the waterside. Some sailed off to seek their fortune in the new world far away, taking part of Liverpool to wherever they chose to stay. Now, the Mersey hosts famous Cunard cruise ships, and the ferries for tourists' sightseeing trips, with interesting things to see whichever way you turn. And the water is quite clean again, so the fish can now return. God save the Queen!
The Queen. A big thank you there to Hilary McGrath from Garstang, not too far away. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are thinking of staying a while, when this is over at approximately 3 o'clock, we'd like to try and find a little boy or little girl who could be our champion today. So when our contest is over, the Town Criers are going to come amongst you and see if any of your children would like to take part. We have got a little trophy for the best boy Town Crier and a little trophy for the best girl Town Crier. So please hang around and get your children to come along. Don't forget, I'm retiring today. One day they might re-elect the Town Crier. You never know. So here we go. Our third contestant, unfortunately, couldn't make it this morning because he was busy in his hometown doing a midday proclamation, which he does throughout the summer months from Tuesday to Saturday. It's the only place in Britain where regularly midday proclamations have a fixed point, the High Cross. Our contestant was making a midday proclamation in Chester today, which, as I said, explains why he couldn't be here this morning. But Chester is also the only place that selects its Town Criers on the basis of their photogenic good looks. I didn't write this, ladies and gentlemen. David implores you all to pave his way to the podium with your warm and generous applause. So please welcome, all the way from the city of Chester, Mr. David Good-Looking Mitchell. That proclamation was, of course, from around 1775. Terry. Terry is an award-winning, classically trained vocalist and actor. Appointed in 2011, he has taken to the role of bellman and is endeavouring to maintain the proud tradition of the bellman in Ockley, including regularly sampling and acclaiming the high quality of the town's ale. It's a job we all guard jealously. Incidentally, one tradition Terry is not keen to uphold is that of the Ockley bellman in the year 1614, who had the doubtful honour of being the last person to be sentenced to death and being hanged in Ockley in that year. So, all the way from Ockley in Yorkshire, my very good friend, Mr. Terry Ford.
The docks of Liverpool are nowadays officially cool. For centuries there has been a port, but its history has sometimes been fraught. The Cheshire cheesemongers objected a lot when a port was proposed in this auspicious spot. They lost their fight, and soon granite-rimmed docks appeared, it seems, overnight. Connected by canal to Leeds, an eastern oasis. They were noisy with goods and emigrants heading to foreign places. The dockers' umbrella ran overhead and kept the city moving, so it has been said. The docks have seen the return of cruise liners that upset Southampton, resulting in a spat. The docks almost died, but now they expand, becoming ever more and more grand. The extent of expansion remains to be seen, but for now, God bless Liverpool docks and God save the Queen!
The next contestant is Peter Taunton, accompanied by his wife Maureen. Both Peter and Maureen's parents are from Liverpool, so they feel like Liverpool is their second home. To be here in this first Liverpool competition is like a dream for them. Please come along and say hello to them, as they want to meet as many of you as possible. And if any of you know of anybody resident still in Liverpool with the surname Taunton, Peter would like you to let him know, because they may owe his dad some money. So, all the way from Newport in Shropshire, Peter and Maureen Taunton.
for producing some of the greatest comedy talents the world has known. I was going to list the big, well-known ones. I got to 39, so just a few. Jimmy Tarbuck, John Bishop, Arthur Askey, Ken Ray, Tommy Hanley. The last few were early comedians who graced the music hall boards. They all learned their trade the traditional Scouser way, via working men's clubs, and of course, their concert party. If they could make them laugh and keep them laughing in those clubs, they were good, very good. There are numerous great comedy clubs in Liverpool. As my Liverpudlian dad would say, get off your backside and go! 'Cause Scousers are the best at all they do. It's true. Just ask them. God protect Liverpool FC. Up the Reds! God save the Queen!
Queen. Thank you, Peter and Maureen Taunton from Newport, Shropshire, and my apologies to Tranmere Rovers and that other club. Where they have web feet, web fingers, and all sorts of things like that. So, having served in Her Majesty's Armed Forces, this proud and handsome Welshman, I didn't write this one either, whose passion, apart from his wife, is his Ford 2.8 litre V6 engine trike. He settled in Sleaford in Lincolnshire over 30 years ago. And when Sleaford Council advertised for a replacement Town Crier, he was bombarded with messages saying, "You've got a big mouth, go for it." So he did, and here he is. It has been said that he is shy, not true. Quiet, not true. Can bark like a dog, haven't heard him, yes he can. Can cry like a baby, and sings like a tenor. That was only a fiver. So, from Sleaford in Lincolnshire, Mr. John Griffiths.
To
Queen.
These are some of the reasons why Liverpool is renowned around the world for sport. God save the Queen.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, sir.
Les Cutts has been the Halifax Town Crier since 2001. In 2003, he became the bellman of the Borough of Calderdale, and in 2012 became the crier to the Town Council of Hebden Royd. He's been married to his consort Julie for 26 years, and they have a son, Simon. Les says if he had to remarry, it would be to town crying because he loves it so much. Julie says, you know where the door is. Les Cutts, crier to the Town Council of Hebden Royd, bellman to the Borough and the Halifax Town Crier with his consort, Julie. Welcome, Les.
A tune from the 60s. No, it was the iconic Super Lamb Banana on the Tythbarn Street, Liverpool. A sculpture developed for the 1998 Arts Transpennine exhibition. The sculpture is both a comment on the dangers of genetic engineering and influenced by Liverpool's history of sheep and bananas being common cargo in the city's docks. God save the Queen.
The Queen. The Queen. And as you can see by Leslie's start there, we town criers are nothing but perfectionists, and we always start off with everything prepared so to make sure that nothing will go wrong. Thanks, Les. We come along now to Town Crier number 8. Remember I mentioned earlier, ladies and gentlemen, if any boys or girls would like to be chosen as Liverpool's top junior Town Crier, this afternoon is a chance. When this competition is over, a little bit after 3 o'clock, we'll be asking young ladies and young men to come forward and have a go here on the podium and see how they can do. And for the best young lady and the best young man, there will be a trophy to take home today. So here we are, contestant number 8, ladies and gentlemen. Peter Powell. Town Crier of Lymm and the Barony of Dunham Massey for 25 years. That's 3 of us celebrating 25 years this year. Granddad of 8 and with a son and daughter. He loves family. Enjoys Lymm in Bloom, rugby, cricket and travelling. So from Lymm and the Barony of Dunham Massey, a great pleasure to introduce Mr. Peter Powell.
portraits, Turner, Rembrandt, paintings, lovely cakes, and coffee too. The sculpture gallery is very impressive. John Moore's painting prize resides here. Maritime Museum, the story of the Titanic, a sailing in the New World, slave trade. What a terrible time. But some people made loads of money. The Lady Lever Museum, the world's largest collection of Wedgwood pottery. Many more world-renowned paintings too. Very good breakfasts. The Museum of Liverpool is the story of Liverpool from the beginning to an epic like Charles Dickens' crossing on the ferry. Food and museums go together in my life, and in Liverpool it's very good. God save the Queen!
I now have a great pleasure to introduce to you, I believe, the world's tallest town crier. I'd see him if he would stand up, but I don't know where he's gone. Oh, he's over there, yeah. So standing at a mere 7'2", this hirsute gentle giant has been the town crier for Shrewsbury, which one? That one. Shrewsbury for the past 35 years, which is pretty good because he's only 27. On leaving school, he became a test pilot for Airfix, but he couldn't get in the cockpit. So he became a driver for Matchbox Toys. Not a lot of future in that one either. His dream job was to have been a thermonuclear physicist, but he couldn't spell it, so he became a town crier. Accompanied by his lovely consorts too, would you please welcome Mr. Martin Wood from Shrewsbury. You don't need to stand on that, it's all right. I'm scared.
The year 1150 saw monks pulling hard on their oars, carrying people across the Mersey. The ferry had been warm. A steamship came, christened the Elizabeth. She carried alone from 1815 before being joined by her sister ship, the Etna, in 1817. In 1914 came the King and Queen, ferried across on the Daffodil. George and Mary seemed keen. The Great War came and the steamers answered the call. Iris and Daffodil raided Zeebrugge, their hulls filled with British heroes all. But in 1414, William de Slaney, a servant of my Lord John Talbot, the Earl of Shrewsbury was viciously attacked by 200 local men, and goods to the value of £15, 3 shillings were stolen, just because he bought a season ticket to Manchester United. God save the Queen!
The Queen.
£15 shillings and sixpence. That would have bought quite a few Manchester United players in those days, wouldn't it? Not today. So we're on to Town Crier number 10, ladies and gentlemen. Only 3 left. This is our second lady contestant and the sister of the first lady contestant. A retired teacher, Town Crier for Chesterley Street since 2003. She enjoys knitting, jam making, time spent with family, and particularly her 5 grandchildren, including soon-to-be 7-year-old twins. That is, soon-to-be 7-year-old twins, yeah, not soon-to-be twins. Kept busy with church activities, visiting friends, theatre visits, and making jam. This used to be only once a year for the church autumn fair, but is now what has been described as industrial quantities for fetes and festivals 4 times a year. You would have done better with the judges if you brought some samples, you know, Marjorie. So here we are from Chesterley Street in County Durham, Marjorie Dodds.
Liverpool liverbirds, creatures mythical to all Liverpudlians and football followers, a symbol of this great city and its football team. Throughout Liverpool's history, since 1207, a bird has appeared on the city's seal, variously described as eagle, dove, spoonbill, or lever. In 1797, on the city's presumptive crest, described as a cormorant with popular appeal. Landmarks on the towers of the Royal Liver Building since 1711. Bella and Bertie overlook the Mersey and can be seen far and wide. Bella looking out to see Liverpool's prosperity. Bertie looking to the land, watching over the people. The Mersey Chamber Building, close to the city's parish church, houses another. A fourth is here, in the Museum of Liverpool, for all to see. Carved from stone and saved from old sailors' home. God save the Queen.
That's the last of our Lady Town Criers, Marjorie Dodds from Chesterley Street in County Durham. Himself to his county residence, wearing his full Town Crier's livery, Michael circumnavigated the 300-mile border of the East Riding of Yorkshire on foot. It was a charity walk in which he raised £2,514 for guide dogs for the blind. Well done, Michael. He says he was destined to become a town crier, having been trained for free while standing on the terraces watching Hull City Football Club and crying buckets of tears for real. What a shame they're not any better nowadays, Michael. So, from the East Riding of Yorkshire, my great pleasure to introduce my very good friend, Mr. Michael Wood.
Majestic, beautiful, culturally iconic. No, not town criers. What I'm extolling are Liverpool's two great cathedrals. In this city of big hearts, two of the biggest are surely Liverpool Anglican Cathedral and Metropolitan Cathedral of Christ the King. Whether your politics or football are red or blue, the church doesn't hold grudges. Well, not much. Liverpool's cathedrals are always open to all, even people from Manchester. In pubs and on terraces, when hearing "You never walk alone," it rocks. When heard in either of Liverpool's cathedrals, it is spine-tingling. Both located appropriately on Hope Street, may they continue giving hope and uniting the city. Helping maintain them, I now pass my hat around for a collection, and with typical Yorkshire generosity, I begin with a £10 donation. God bless the 96. God save the Queen.
The Queen. Master for his sins with a passion for life, town crying, and truly loves keeping history alive in these modern times. Alongside being an avid carp fisherman in his spare time, it's fantastic to be here today amongst some of the best town criers around in such an amazing city. So, representing the town of Southport, just up the road, Mr. Darrell Council.
A surreal Liverpool tale Of anyone who had a heart, I will tell. Of famous musicians and stars, born, bred, and some still dwell. Off the ferry, across the Mersey, with a flock of seagulls and some beetles they did land. Then down Penny Lane, Scylla, Pete, Jerry, and Frankie strolled hand in hand. At Strawberry Fields, they did meet Lily the Pink and a woollyback who declared, "You will never walk alone, little children, whilst under the liver bird." The power of love between two tribes was atomic. Its sound and Mersey beats did echo through the ages, from Irish folk to African rap, the colourful punk rock, to Liverpudlian duties. The beat goes on in Scouse and establishing Liverpool, the world of music. God save the Queen.
That includes you, my darling. In order to compensate for the fact that I didn't get a bottle of slop from Adam can have consort tobacco, which you would have got under normal circumstances in the past, of course. And now for each of the criers who have taken part, we have a traditional goodie bag, of course. You always get a goodie bag wherever you go. But on this occasion, I've got something a little bit special as well. Each and every one of you will go home with a coat of arms of the city of Liverpool. So, Town Criers, in no particular order, please come forward and take your gift. If ever I visit your homes, I expect that to be the first thing that I come across in my burglary. In my visit. Thank you, Darryl. Thanks for coming on today. I appreciate it. The motto says, thank you, Lord, for those blessings. Peter? Well, mate. I know we don't do a lot. You've got a long way.
Taunton earlier this year, we had the Loyal Company of Town Criers British Championships. One trophy was not returned on time for whatever circumstances.
It was nicely landed at home.
However, the recipient of that award is here today. So, belatedly, it's my proud pleasure as President of the Loyal Company of Town Criers to award the 2019 Loyal Company of Town Criers British Championships Best Ambassador to Michael Wood.
So, no speech.
No.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing further for me to do at the moment because we're patiently waiting, of course, for the Lord Mayor-elect, who should